Hello all, the topic of this video is FTP, the full form of which is File Transfer Protocol. Now as the name indicates, the use of this protocol is to basically transfer files. Okay, so this is a protocol that is used to transfer files between computers and servers over a network. So here in this diagram you can see the machine is connected to the server. Okay, and again this server will be connected to other machines as well. So if you have to send the file from one machine to another and from one machine to the server, it can be done with the help of this file transfer protocol. Okay, so this is, we can say that it is the language that the computer uses to transfer files over TCP/IP network. This is very important, TCP/IP network. All right. And because of that reason, we also say that FTP is a client server protocol. Okay, so it helps connecting the client machine with the server machine. And one more interesting feature of FTP is that it uses TCP connection. Okay, you know, for connection we need to have TCP. All right, so for sending control message, it sends another, it uses another connection, and for sending data it uses a separate connection. All right, so different connections required for sending messages and another connection for sending data. So that difference has to be noted. And the port that is assigned for this transfer to happen via FTP is server number 21. All right, and because it is using the TCP/IP connection, we can say that TCP is the underlying transport protocol which FTP uses. Okay, that's very important. So now in this diagram we can see that the client machine is there, there are other machines connected in the network, and there's the server. So with the help of this network, the client machine can send the files, and it can send the files to the server and take the files from the server and send it to other machines also. Okay, so this is one possible way of connection. Another is the server is merged with the client machine. We can have the server inside the client machine, and then it can act as a server, and from the server it can send the file across. So in that case we say that the computer is acting like a FTP server. Okay, so that is another configuration that can happen. And next important thing is, what are the different ways in which FTP can transfer files? So there are two ways. Okay, first of all, with the help of internet browser, the TCP can send file, and the other one is with the help of FTP client. All right, so when it uses the browser to access the FTP server, let us say this is the server here. Okay, the name of the server is this, and so if you have to access the server from your client machine, you have to open the browser and you have to type FTP. Mind you, it starts with FTP. Okay, because you'll be using FTP to access the server files. That is why we have to write FTP. Whereas when we visit the web pages, we type HTTP. But because here we are using FTP protocol, we are typing FTP dot the name of the server, which is example in this case. Now when we have successfully typed the name of the server, and once it is connected, okay, then this kind of window will be in front of us. The browser will show us this kind of content in which whatever is present, whatever files is present inside the server is visible. Okay, so from here, like let's say the client wants to download some music files. So in that case, it is showing you the different music files that are present in the server, FTP server. Okay, so from here you can see whatever the contents of the server is there. All right, so that way it can access the server files. Now next is how to access the server. Okay, so sometimes when the files are secured, so in that case the FTP server will require the client to put the username and password. All right, so that is also possible, that FTP server can require an account with the username and password, and sometimes it is not required. Okay, you can just log in as you type in the name of the FTP server. You can automatically log in and access the file. Now we'll look at one of FTP client. Okay, and one of very popular free FTP client is your FileZilla. So with the help of this client, we can access the FTP server. So this actually gives us a graphical user interface to access your server contents. All right, so it looks like this, in which we have to type in the host name, what is the username, what is the password. In case if it is secured with username and password, you have to provide it here, to provide the host name here, and then then the port number. Port number we have seen, port number 21. Okay, once we provide all that data of the FTP server, then we can click on connect, and then we can, if all the details are correct, then we can log in to our FTP server. Okay, successfully log in, and this is how it looks like. Once it is logged in properly connected, we will have this kind of window coming in front of us. All right, so here you can see the remote side. That means this is the server side. Okay, so these are showing you the files that are present in the server that you have just accessed via this client, and this is your local space. Local means your machine. So here it is C users code. Okay, so this is your space in your drive, and now you can easily access the file. Either you can copy it, okay, you can copy it, or you can drag and drop also, you can do from the server. Okay, and if you want to, let's say, upload something to the server, well, let's say it's a website server, so you want to upload some new pages, so that you can do here. Okay, you simply drag and then you can put in the server. So this is how we can access the server, FTP server. So after having a look at that, now let us quickly relook at what are the common uses of FTP. So the most common uses of FTP are, as we have seen, it help us in transferring files between computers. Okay, client computers, server computers, so between different computers. And next thing is, it is very important, and it gives the ability of website designer. It is very useful for website design, as we have just seen in our previous slide, that it is very helpful to upload new pages in case of website designing. Okay, so that is very common use. It's a common use of FTP. It gives the ability of website designer to upload files to their web servers. And after the uses, we'll see what are the problems. Okay, what are the disadvantages. Now the first disadvantage is it is not a secure protocol. So whatever the data that we are sending, the files that we are sending via this protocol, it is not secure. Okay, so it is not secure. Why we say so? Because it is not undergoing the process of encryption. That means the data is not encrypted, and we know that when encryption is not there, then security issues will come. Okay, it will not be secure. Okay, then we may lose our data. So that is one of the biggest disadvantage of using FTP. And data is sent in clear text because there is no encryption, so it is clear text, so making it more vulnerable. Okay, and so because of this reason, we have to use it in limited basis. We should not use it everywhere, because security becomes an issue. It is not that secure. Okay, so that is the disadvantage of our FTP. So that is why FTP, there's another version of FTP which solves our security issue. It is called Sftp. Okay, we'll just look briefly what it means. Now, because that was the disadvantage, security was the disadvantage, we add a layer of security in this particular new version of FTP. And here, when we send the data, it is encrypted. Okay, it is encrypted using secure cell. Alright, so that is the new feature added in Sftp, Secure File Transfer Protocol. And because security is a concern, we authenticate the user and the server here. Okay, and because this is another FTP, another version of FTP, we use another port, which is 22. Okay, so that is all. Thank you very much.